Have you heard of this term, platform closer? What is the difference between a platform closer and a public speaker? And why is this difference important? Hi, Jack here. In this video, I'm going to help one of the students who asked me this question last week and give the answer so that I don't need to repeat myself. But before I do that, I would like you to do me a favor. Click the subscribe button below so that all the videos that are uploaded on my channel can be spread out to a wider reach of people. Will you be willing to do this for me? And of course, hit the bell and get notified so that you know as well as I do when the next video will be up on my channel and you can get a chance to watch it. Okay, so now coming back to the question, what's the difference or what are the differences between a platform closer and a public speaker? First of all, what is a speaker? Who is a speaker? Well, the fact that I'm actually speaking in front of you right now means that I'm a speaker, because when you speak to somebody, either to yourself, you can be speaking to a mirror, to yourself, you are a speaker. The question is that what makes you a public speaker? Well, in my opinion, again based on my experience, when you're speaking in front of other people, you are a public speaker. Well, whether it's 2 people, 3, 4, 5, 500, 5,000, you are a public speaker. What is the difference between public speaker and platform closer? That goes back to the original question. What is what we call the objective of public speaking? Now, public speaking to many people can be seen as a fear simply because I was told by my teacher, Blair Singer, that the number one fear of the mankind is actually not death or anything else, but one thing called public humiliation. As I recall, when I was a secondary school boy back in Hong Kong, there was a time I was on stage. And what happened was that I was actually part of this debate team, and I'm supposed to do a demo together with my teammates. But one thing that I forgot to do, that is, I forgot to zip up. So my flyers actually opened up. And I can remember vividly that there are lots of people like stretch out their hand and point finger at me, and I didn't know what happened. I said I was ready, I was in the mood, ready to do it, but like so many people were laughing at me, pointing finger at me, and then suddenly I realized that, oh my God, I forgot to zip up. And that's always my true story. So luckily, another teammate of mine quickly turned around, covered me, blocked me, and then I quickly zip up. That's the story. So I had this experience and I said to myself, well, will I even want to consider being a public speaker in future? Well, that is what we call embarrassment in front of the public. How many of you can relate to this? Comment below. And if you have something like my story before, comment below as well so that I can actually understand where you're coming from while you're watching this video. Now, public speaker, the objective of which is to spread the message, to tell a story. So some people actually do it for free purposes. In other words, they are doing it as long as they have a platform to speak. And at the end of the day, what happens is that they get what we call a standing ovation. I mean, that's what public speaker typically would do. And people ask like, Jack, have you gone for any public speaking courses? The answer, you want to know the truth? You can actually guess, comment below. Did I actually go through public speaking courses? Well, the answer is no. I haven't been to any single public speaking courses. Have I been to any Toastmaster before? Answer is no. Because to me, if you are going to talk to a group of people and speaking for free, obviously that's okay. I mean, as long as your objective is met, nobody is going to judge you whether your business model or your model of speaking works or not. Because at the end, you know what works for you. So here, I'm not going to judge you. And I don't think anybody should judge you on this. So if you decide to do speaking for free, go for it. As long as you're happy, by all means. But some people would then say that, well, why do I want to actually go out and speak for nothing in return? So that's where this concept called speaking for fee, not for free, comes in. Speaking for fee. So some people would do it by asking for a speaker fee. Like for example, the classic model would be the keynote speaker. So what keynote speaker does is actually will speak on platform for a couple of minutes or 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or some people will do it like 1 hour, 1.5. And at the end of the day, when they are done, they get paid. So this is what we call keynote speaker. Some people would then, at the end of what they have done with the speaking, what they do is that they may offer their books for people to purchase, or maybe what we call the some related materials for people to buy on the spot, because that's always the best opportunity to leverage the people in the room, so that your return after your 90-minute speech, for example, is not just the speaker fee. Of course, there's another layer you need to understand, like whether you can sell anything in your room. That is always a discussion between you and your event producer or the organizer who invited you to come to speak, right? So this is what we call public speaking. So to me, public speaking can be either for free or for a fee. So that is it. Now the question is this, like, why do I mention platform closer? Well, let's first of all dissect this term platform closer. So that consists of two words. One is called a platform, the other is closer. Okay, so what is a platform? The fact that you're walking on the floor itself is a platform. It doesn't mean that a platform is a stage. Your stage can be off the stage. Like, many people thought that when I am a stage closer, I've got to really stand on stage and do the closing. Well, the answer is not really true, because if you have seen me speaking before, I basically do not walk on stage all the time. I like to go down, connect with people, and that's essentially what I do. So the definition of platform or the stage, in some people call it the stage, is, well, as long as you are walking on the floor, that is a stage. So where is your stage? You realize that by actually walking on the floor, connect with people, you will be able to connect with people better. I mean, how many of you have seen speakers who are only standing on stage and never go down? Well, of course, there are restrictions, depends on the events, depends on the layout of the room. Of course, these are all the restrictions that we need to factor into this equation. Having said that, it is still important for me to find out whether I have a chance to go down, to go off the stage and connect with people. So that's what we call platform. So far so good? So comment below if you understand what is platform. So platform, stage, and floor to me are the same thing. Now closing. What is closing? So objective of finishing the presentation or the pitch, if you like, is to close. Now closing is not just sending people to the back of the room and buy, which of course this is the major form of closing that most platform speakers or closers will do. They actually will finish the pitch, invite people to stand up, go to the back, and embrace the offer. So some of videos I talk about how you can make offer. You want to watch some of these videos which I talk about how you make irresistible offer after your pitch. Okay. Now coming back to platform closing. So closing on platform, simply put, is that after you have done with your pitch, you actually give these people a call to action. So what are some of the examples of call to action? Like I said earlier, send people to the back of the room to buy. By your continuing education, it is actually a form of platform closing, where I can actually send people to the back of the room and buy a book. That is actually platform closing. So you may ask, like, what's the difference between public speaking and platform closing then? Because at the end of the day, your objective has to be very clear. Do you want just a standing ovation, or do you want these people to do something? When I say do something, the action could well be like buy a product, buy a service, buy your continuing education. Or in some situation, I remember 3 years ago in Thailand, I went on stage to speak for 30 minutes, but the event producer didn't allow me to say anything. So what can I do? So the call to action is for them to take home an idea so that they can implement what I said. So that is actually a call to action. So in my opinion, the fact that you are constructing a call to action, inspire these people, motivate them to do something after your presentation, you are actually a platform closer. Of course, for that kind of platform closing, it doesn't give you any money on the spot because you can't sell anything. Having said that, it is still important for you to understand what is the outcome of the talk. What is the return? Can you get the return on the spot? So in my example, when I wasn't able to close on stage because the event producer doesn't allow, what else can I do? So these are some of the strategic thinking process you have to think about before you even say yes to any gig or invitation to speak. That's the definition between a platform closer versus a public speaker. To me, they are the same, although to a certain extent they are different. So my question for you is that, well, would you want to be a platform closer? Well, basically closing on platform, which is defined as on stage and off the stage, and closing them means to give them the call to action. How many of you would like to become a platform closer? And for those who have been already doing platform closing, comment below and see whether you agree with my explanation, because your explanation may suit you better and my explanation may suit me better, but I can learn from you, because it's not about me, it's about my viewer, which means you're watching this video right now. All right, so in this video, I hope that I give you some idea of the differences between platform closing and public speaking. Again, they are the same, except they are to a certain extent different. So it depends on the context. All right, so no matter what you do, remember one thing: always have the outcome in mind. Always know why you speak, because to me, regardless of your identity, your status, this is the key, and that what drives you to become a successful speaker, closer, trainer, facilitator, no matter what you call. All right, cool. All right, so that's the end of this video, and if you do have any question about speaking, facilitation, and training, comment below. I may consider answering some of these questions in the form of future videos. Cool? All right, so Jack Wong here. Thanks for watching. I hope our path crosses in future. Signing off now. All good wishes.